Hello everyone and welcome back inside the campus here at Beverly High School as we get set for girls basketball. Your Beverly Panthers taking on the Saugus Sachems. Dan, what did we see last game?
Well, during the Winthrop game, what we saw was honestly complete domination in that game. We had very good offense, excellent defense. We saw the start of Moreland there, the freshman, her breakout game, and she continued it into the next game against Swampscott, the previous game where she had a double-double.
Yes, indeed. So they're coming in this game at 2-0. Saugus 2-0 as well. This should be Beverly's first real test of the season. This Saugus team, they put up 65 on Everett. They can shoot the outside shot well. Clearly they have the offense to put up the points, and it should be a good test for this Beverly squad tonight.
It should.
And, beating Swampscott last week, that's a team Beverly was able to beat even last year despite their struggles. So I think that this game, looking forward, should see just how far they've really improved. This is a game that they lost last year to Saugus. It was a close-knit game, but a lot of improvement on both teams. This is a very upperclassman-laden roster right now for Saugus. They only are starting one underclassman, so you would expect to see a lot better basketball here from the Saugus team today.
What I'm interested to see from Beverly, though, this game is last game against Winthrop, they were able to they used Moreland from the start on the offense to kind of work from the paint out. So we'll see if they're able to do that from the start again, get into a good flow. We saw Winthrop try to use the press a lot. Beverly was able to beat that. In the second half, Winthrop switched to more of a conventional man defense. And Beverly struggled a little bit. They had the big lead, so that could have played some problems for them. But we'll see. We expect a good game. We expect it to be tight through the four quarters, and we'll see how it goes. Indeed,
should be a good game of basketball. I think they're getting ready down there to announce tonight's starters. So you'll be able to listen in when they decide to get that ready. Matthew Rood and always also doing the public address here at Beverly High.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Henry Cabot Lodge Fieldhouse. Tonight's matchup is between the Sachems of Saugus and your Beverly Panthers. And now the starting lineups for Saugus, led by head coach Mark Schroeder, number 1, Allie Kukowski.
Allie is one of the captains on this Saugus squad.
Number 12, Taylor Watkins.
Lazar, the other one.
Number 14, Lisa Salzillo. And number 22, Molly Bernard.
Like you said, a very heavy class in terms of the seniors, juniors. We'll see how it goes. Beverly, like I said, is still a little bit of a younger team, so we'll see how they respond to that.
But the one thing you did say, a little younger team for Beverly, but they were young last year, so plenty of them have plenty of playing time as well.
That was the benefits of the Winthrop game being kind of a blowout. Once they got some of the bench players in, they got significant minutes, got some significant playing time, which, never hurts to have.
No.
At this time, we please rise as BHSJROTC presents our nation's colors. Our national colors, we have Cadet First Lieutenant Galvin, Marine Corps colors, Cadet Sergeant Lewingrad, Left Rifle Cadet Sergeant Gannon, and Right Rifle Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Jordan.
Okay. All right, we're just about ready to get underway here tonight. That's Alyssa Moreland down there for Beverly, getting ready for the tip-off. She goes up against Bodansky for Saugus. And the tip is off. And Saugus wins the tip.
Now you can see Beverly's in their man. And Saugus is already doing a lot of switching, a lot of picking off the bat. Beverly was able to force the turnover, though.
Yeah, a lot different ball movement than when we saw last game from Winthrop. A press again, though. Beverly at least has one game to adjust to that. They get the ball quickly. Haley has it stripped away when she goes. Gets it away, though. Beverly maintains possession. Moreland on the outside right now with the ball. Back to Haley. Back inside to Moreland. Goes around. Nice move there, but couldn't get the shot to go. As we mentioned last game against Swampscott, Alyssa had a huge game. 21 points, 18 rebounds.
No, that was just simple domination by the freshman.
Oh, absolutely. From the outside, airballs that one. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Beverly ball.
Like you said, at the start of the game, we already see the outside shooting by Swampscott there.
Yeah. And you would think that that'd be a key way to beat what we saw, a very good and a very aggressive defense from Beverly in their season opener here at home against Winthrop.
Saugus is already out of the press. Back into looks like more of a man defense.
Yeah. And the foul is called there. So we got our first foul, 6:52 still to go in the first quarter. No score yet. It's Beaudry operating at the top of the key, but now Haley has it, drives inside, puts up a little floater, and gets it. And Beverly opens up the scoring here tonight. That's a nice move by Haley right there. Shot from the top of the key, just off. She had a very good lookout. That was Koskowski from the top. So Beaudry to Tia, to Rosie Gotch, back to Tia. Down inside, Moreland has it stripped away for a second, gets it back, puts up a layup. It's not going to go. Saugus gets the rebound.
It looks like they're already doubling Moreland down the paint. They're really trying to clog things up down there. Beverly might have to try to use the outside shooting to free up the inside.
Well, we saw Haley kind of take a drive to the hoop and collapse the defense again before she put up her floater. They're going to have to do more of that, it looks like. That shot from Saugus goes awry. They swing the ball around, back from the outside again, not going to go. Right now the outside shot's not really falling. Kotzkowski got a good look on the previous possession, but other than that, most of these haven't really hit their mark.
His shot didn't hit the mark, but it was excellent movement by Saugus there.
Yeah, their ball movement is crisp. Beaudry trying to direct traffic, and a foul was called there.
That was another key, too, we saw in the game against Winthrop, is Beverly causes a lot of fouls from the opposing team, and it's already 2 on Saugus early to go.
I believe that one is on Alyssa Salzilio. I believe that's her second already of the game. I think she had both of them for Saugus. Unofficially there. We'll check back later on that. Beaudry put up a little floater, but it's not going to go. And another foul called.
So 3 fouls already for Saugus. Beverly's really pressing it on them.
Moreland swings it out. Beaudry collapses in, puts up another floater. That's a good shot. And that's both baskets for Beverly. When the help came, the shot went up before the help for Saugus could get there. So they drive, collapse the D, but they don't have to go all the way in to get their shots. 5 minutes left to go, 4-0 Beverly. That's Nazaro operating from the top of the key. She passes it off. Goes awry briefly. Saugus still has it. Back to Nazaro. Down inside, and that's stripped away. Alyssa Moreland there. Haley drives inside. Oh, what a nice play. That was Haley working against Koskowski. You saw Koskowski put the hands up. A little worried about the foul. She let Haley go by her, and Haley put up the easy layup. 6-0 Beverly right now. Good move inside. Not a lot of luck on the boards right now for Saugus. All right, Beaudry working down inside the Moreland, drives inside. And a foul. That one on Taylor. That one on Taylor Bodansky again for Saugus. That brings Moreland to the line. 3:58 to go. 6-0 Beverly ahead right now in this first quarter. Couldn't quite get the first one. Now Marissa Stockwell will check in, replacing Ali Kotzkowski. And Saugus uses its first timeout. 3:58 to go, 6-0. What have you seen so far?
So far, Beverly's defense has been very good. They have given up some open looks. Swampscott just didn't connect. But overall, the defense they have to be very pleased with. Again, no fouls, which was a staple we saw against Winthrop. They just don't foul. On the offensive side, the drives have been there for them to get it inside. They're not giving it to the Moreland as much in the middle as I thought they would. Swampscott seems to be doing a good job of kind of double teaming her in the paint. But they're just taking the shots Swampscott's giving them, and they're going in.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that, again, the no fouling. We see Seth Stanchel there on the screen. And right now, and we're seeing it again, just great disciplined basketball from these Beverly Panthers. And Seth has done a great job in remolding this team. So Moreland taking her second shot here. And it looked like, I think when she took that shot, she put her foot over the line. So that will not count. 6-0 still our score. It took me a second to see what the ref was doing on that.
I did not see the scoreboard change. I was kind of a little confused.
Another foul away from the ball.
Travel.
Oh, it was a travel. My bad. Thank you, Dan. Well, that ball's tipped up in the air, but can't get a good bounce. Beaudry has it. Stops, looks. Moreland with the rebound. They didn't box out real well on that, did they?
No. Moreland already has the 3
and
rebounds.
And that pass goes awry. Things just aren't really clicking, not really working right now for this Saugus team. It's hard to point at one thing, really. It's just one of the not really in the flow of the game yet, it looks like.
It was just a little funny because the first couple possessions, they had great ball movement.
Haley, an outside shot. That's going to go in.
That's 7 points already for Haley in this game.
Well, when she gets hot, she can put up points in bunches. We've seen that before. And, talking about the growth of this Beverly team, you see new attacking from Haley, too. She drove inside twice for those first two. Nice ball movement there, but Alyssa came back on the help. Got a hand in there. Correction, that was Tia Bernard who got her hand in on that one.
And another great stop by Beverly.
Yeah. 11-0 right now. This Beverly defense picking up where they left off in the Winthrop game from what we saw.
Saugus is going back to the press, looks like.
And it's not working. They got an open man right there. I think that pass was intended for Tia, but Moreland thought it was hers.
Doesn't get the Beverly ball.
Yeah. Beverly ball. That was funny there. They had the press beat. I think the pass was going to Bernard on the other side, but Moreland saw the ball coming her way, and it's hard to stop reaction.
Yeah. Saugus, when they're trying to press, I don't think they're going to stick with it. It's the few times they've tried it.
Haley thought about it.
And maybe it has not led to points, but Beverly clearly has solved it.
Clearly. All right, Saugus getting a little open look now. Oh, the pass did not lead her, though. She had to stop and reach behind her, and she could not haul in that pass. Beverly will get the ball back. Just over 2 minutes to go, 11-0 Beverly in control of this game so far. Swinging the ball around. Rosie Gotch gets an open look. Not going to go, though. Stockwell grabs the rebound for Saugus. That's Nazaro working with the ball there. Thought about the shot, stops. Swings it around. Long shot, not going to go. Layup. And a foul. That foul was on Tia Bernard, the first foul for Beverly.
Good defense. They just didn't box out on any of the rebounds. They gave Saugus too many offensive rebounds on that possession.
That is Molly Granara to the line. She can't get her first shot.
And Beverly really does start out strong. Remember the Winthrop game? They gave up 4 points in the first quarter. Especially considering Saugus scored, I believe it was 64 in their last game?
65 against Everett.
65.
Delaney Sprague has checked into the game for Beverly. And Brooke Bakey as well.
Just rushed a little bit there, didn't need to.
So that's Stockwell operating with the ball. The brace on her knee, it looks like there. I wonder what that could be.
It looks like Saugus is I don't want to say abandoning their outside shooting, but they're clearly making an effort now to try to get into the paint more now on offense.
Well, the shots aren't falling. If you don't have the hot hand, you got to try something else. Turnaround, nice shot. That was Nazaro for Saugus, getting their first buckets of the game. Quick passing there. Haley gets an open look, and that's going to go in. You know, these pressure defenses, they just don't seem to work against Beverly. Travel called there, and it'll go back to the Panthers. 13-2 our score, under a minute here to go in that first quarter.
On that drive,
the Panthers passing is just so fast. Look how quickly they get that ball out. Haley has it. Right now, keeping it on the outside. Thinks about driving in, thinks about a shot, but gets it down in the Moreland. One dribble, turns and shoots. It's not going to go in. They get the ball back. And the travel called there on Haley. So Rachel Nazaro will inbounds this pass. Correction, Marissa Stockwell. Outside hot for Saugus, air ball. They get it back. And out of bounds.
Yeah, Saugus' shooting is just, I don't know how to put it than dreadful right now. They really got to try to get the ball and you try to get some layups, try to get something a little easier, try to gain some momentum on offense.
I don't think that they have anyone with the size and the athleticism of Moreland down inside, though. I think this might be an uphill battle for Saugus on offense. Approaching the end of this first quarter, Beverly dominating this first quarter, 13-2 our score. Shot not going to go. And that will conclude our first quarter. The Panthers handily controlled 13-2.
Once again, it's led by their defense. 2 points on the board again. That's incredible. Only giving up 2 points in the quarter is nothing more you can say than that. 13 points, very good for offense. Good movement. They're not forcing it to Moreland in the middle. Anderson's been leading the team so far. She has 9 points already on offense. So Beverly, like we throw different ways to attack you on offense. It's very difficult to guard against that. We saw Saugus try the press. Beverly's beaten the press again.
It's from all levels, too, the Beverly offense.
Right. It's like
it's Haley with the outside. It's Haley from mid-range, and it's Alyssa down low.
And Alyssa's shots just haven't fallen. She's had looks. She's had good looks. She just haven't fallen in. So, Saugus.
But you got to respect it.
Right. Exactly. And we saw earlier in the quarter, it looked like Saugus was actually kind of double teaming her down in the paint to prevent that. But Bernard was able to drive in, get a couple good shots in. It's really spread out the Saugus defense.
All right, just about ready to get this second quarter started. Delaney Sprague to inbound this pass for the Panthers.
And remember, Sprague, she came off the bench against Winthrop, but she had her productive. She had 6 points against Winthrop. It was very productive. The captain coming off the bench like that. Oh, nice move.
Brooke had an open look, though. It's not going to go. Good ball movement again from this Panthers team, though. Stockwell inside. Foul card there. Couldn't quite tell who that was called on.
It's on Brooke.
Oh, Brooke Bakey. Second team foul for the Panthers. Oh, third according to our screen here. Tried to get inside and put up a floater. There was plenty of help there, and it was a highly contested shot, and it's not surprised that it didn't go in. 13-2. Brooke to Haley to Sprague to Moreland.
Good passing again.
Bernard. Good ball movement again from the Panthers. 13-2 still our score. And there's an open look, and it's in and out. That kind of sum up the offensive night right now for Saugus.
It has.
And a travel called. Rachel tried to get in low, and then when the defense came, tried to adjust her shot, but she couldn't stamp her feet and stop. She took that extra step. And that's swatted away, but it will still be off Beverly, so Saugus will get the turnover there.
Beverly unable to solve the press on that one.
Thought about the outside shot. Drives inside. Went up for the layup and a swiping foul there on Sprague.
Was it Sprague or Moreland? I thought it was on Moreland.
Couldn't get the second. Sprague came up with the rebound for Beverly. Haley to Beaudry to Brooke. Three-point shot goes in. That was Tia Bernard on the shot there. 15-3 our score. And that pass goes out of bounds. And it'll be back to Beverly ball. Long looping pass there. Luckily no one near it. That's Jillian Ricapero for Saugus, who got her hands in there on that pass. Also, she was the one at the line who got that first free throw. Beaudry from a mid-range shot, not going to go in. Saugus finally has a fast break and a good look at a layup, and that's going to go in.
2 points for Rachel Lazaro.
Ricapero again. And the travel called on Nazaro. The ball will go back to the Panthers.
Beverly's offense has kind of come a little stagnant this quarter. I don't know.
I think they're just not getting the shots to fall.
That
I think
too.
the ball movement and everything is still there. I think they've just missed some shots.
They've missed some shots.
Brooke might have forced that one, though.
The press they've given up a couple possessions because of the press as well.
Defense still doing a good job, though. They still have a 10-point lead. And a double dribble. Tia inbounds it to Beaudry. Oh, beautiful passing again. It might have been too open, though.
A little bit. Got too excited there. Both offenses' last few possessions seem to kind of be shooting themselves in the foot, though. Saugus has been a little sloppy, throwing the ball out. Beverly's got a couple travels there.
Oh, good movement without the ball there.
2 points for Tyler Rowan. Timeout, Beverly.
So more.
And Seth Stanchel will use the first timeout for Beverly to sort of reassess things. Things haven't
Refocus.
Yeah, things haven't gone quite the Panthers' way the past 4 minutes.
I think when Moreland came off the floor too, they could tell Saugus started to attack more inside, driving inside more. They were getting some better looks on there. So we'll see how long Moreland sits for that. Saugus really taking advantage with her height and size being out of there.
Yeah, the movement without the ball, by the way, the last couple of possessions for Saugus has been loads better.
Oh, yes.
That was a great cut inside to get that last bucket. Probably the best offensive possession of the game as far as all things considered, moving without the ball for Saugus of the night.
I mean, Saugus has shown flashes of being a potentially very good offense, but like you said, shots didn't drop in early in the game. Had a couple bad turnovers.
Tia looking on the inbounds against the press. To Beaudry, but she gives it right back to Tia. That's Brooke on the outside to Haley. Haley puts up a long shot, not going to go in this time. Saugus couldn't handle the rebound, though, and I'll go back to Beverly. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Beverly lead is down to 8. Didn't allow Haley inside that time. Beaudry all the way down, but has the ball tipped away. That was Bodansky who got her hand in there to tip that ball away from Beaudry. Did Beverly change up their defense? I don't think that was man that time.
No, I think it might have been a little bit of zone.
Haley Brooke thought about it. Sadrina, mid-range shot, got it. Beaudry knocks down a shot. 4 points on the day for her.
That was kind of a possession Beverly needed to get come away with some points with too.
Yeah, it's been a bit rough for the Panthers offensively the last couple of minutes.
So a little bit of a difference against Winthrop. The bench really kind of asserted themselves in the game, scored a few points, still kept up the intensity of defense. The bench hasn't quite lived up to that this game so far.
Sprague had a little trouble handling that one. Brooke, an outside shot, rolled around for a bit and wasn't going to go in. They beat him back. But Brooke came back on defense and swatted that ball away.
Great hustle.
A great job getting back on that. I thought Saugus had that completely beat.
They did.
That was Rachel Nazaro, thought she was going to get an easy bucket, and Brooke came out of nowhere and put her hand in the way. Nazaro inside to Stockwell, turns, not going to go in. A little fight for the ball. She gets her own rebound. A little push there, but nothing called. Saugus maintains possession. All the way across the floor, now down inside. Bodansky, travel. Refs let him play a bit on that possession.
They did. Great defense again by Beverly on that possession, though.
Beverly able to beat the press again. Not a good foul there by Saugus.
No, it was not.
Far away from the ball, nothing even close.
See, that kind of looked like one of the old Paul Pierce fouls. You kind of put your elbow into the person, make it look like you got hit. I like it. But that was Saugus' first foul in quite some time, too. It might have been the first one this quarter.
I think you might be right. Haley thought about it, got her to jump, came inside. That's not going to go that time. Tia gets the rebound, puts up a shot, and a travel. Yeah. So a travel on Tia there. 2:30 left to go. 17-7 our score. Nice movement again. Saugus starting to get some points down inside. That was Rosie who drove down, had the ball swatted out of her hands. Brooke puts up a long shot, not going to go in. Stockwell inside, nothing there. And that was a two-pointer. The first true, real outside shot that Saugus has hit tonight.
Yes.
On that ball stripped away.
Kind of wondering with the lead dwindling down. I know she has 2 fouls, but I got to wonder when Moreland's coming back in. The defense has given up some plays inside the paint there since she's been off the floor. And the offense really has gotten stagnant without her on the court, attracting so much of the attention of the defense.
You know, I'm wondering, we haven't seen a lot of turnovers that the press has caused, but with some of the starters out now, the way they have to make these passes so quickly, it seems like they're getting ahead of themselves a little bit on offense. They're getting ahead of themselves a little bit right there. Rosie kind of put that shot up before she had complete control. Inside, a foul called.
And that's Bernard's second foul as well.
I couldn't tell when he called that, if he was calling that on Bernard or Brooke. Kylie Ronan now at the line for Saugus. Too strong with the first. So in this quarter, Beverly saw what was a double-digit lead has now dwindled to merely 5 points. Brooke inside, good pass. And hope it look again for Beverly, can't get it.
That was a good look for Beverly on that particular possession, but they beat the press, and then it seems like they get kind of excited. They get too antsy and need to get the shot off too much. They're not taking their time. They're not They're not passing the ball. The first quarter, they did a great job doing the passing, getting good open looks. This time it seems like they're getting kind of antsy.
Sometimes that can happen too with a long drought on offense. There's a long shot for Saugus, bounced around a bit. It's not going to go in. But Stockwell grabs the rebound, puts up another shot. Looked like she might have got pushed, but no one saw anything. They're going to let him play. Haley takes that ball away from Stockwell, and Beverly gets the ball back with under a minute left. 17-12 our score. Bogie with the ball to Brooke, to Gotch. Bernard to Haley to Beaudry. Try to get it back to Anderson, but Stockwell got in the way. And she did a great job of anticipating that Anderson was going to come and contest. Stop, let Henderson blow by her, and then put up the shot. And a backcourt violation there.
Beverly just shooting themselves in the foot right now.
It's been a tale of two quarters.
It has been.
As dominant as Beverly was in the first quarter, Saugus, especially here in the later half of the second quarter, has been just as dominant. Stockwell driving inside. And now it is down to a 1-point lead. Wow. Like we said, tale of two quarters there.
Yeah. In the second quarter, you saw Saugus take advantage of Moreland not being on the court, being able to drive into the paint, get some good points there for them. And on offense, they're beating the press very well. It's just they beat the press and they just get too excited. You see them drive, almost lose control a few times. They miss some open looks too that they could have gotten as well, which is unfortunate.
All right. Well, 17-16 our score. We'll get you back out for the second half in just a few minutes.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it's produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. Dreams come from inspiration. Inspiration comes from an idea. And ideas come from creativity. We believe in raising up a new generation of creative minds. And it all starts with you. Help sponsor the award-winning Beverly High School Media Program so the students can have the resources they need to make dreams happen.
Listen.
All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize,
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize,
Unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just...
Listen.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside of the Beverly Gymnasium. 17-16 was our score here when what we saw in the first half. You know, Dan, they say the tale of two halves. It was the tale of two quarters.
The big difference was Moreland had the two kind of early fouls. She came out, and we saw the defense struggle. Saugus was able to get inside, get in the paint, and get some points there. On the offensive side, Moreland attracts, she always had two people on her doubling her, and it really opened up the outside shots and the easy kind of floaters that they were getting earlier. Those went away. Beverly's still doing a good job beating the press, though. They just need some of those shots to drop that they were getting, and keep up the ball movement and stuff. Like I said, on defense, they really missed Moreland on the inside there. Saugus was able to drive in a few times, get some buckets that way. So we'll see. Saugus still, really, other than the one big jump shot, they haven't had any of their outside shots fall in.
I was just going to say that we haven't really seen any of the outside shooting tonight from Saugus. But so nonetheless, they were able to come back, and we got a 1-point game.
Yeah, so we'll see. Like we said at the start of the game, these are two good teams right now. We expected a close game. It was a little surprising how Beverly was able to jump out to such an early lead, start the game. So we'll see. Like I said, we expected 4 quarters from this game, and we'll see how it goes. We'll expect Moreland back out there, see what kind of difference she's going to make. But really, for Beverly, the big star was Anderson. She got the 9 points to start. 7 of those came in the first quarter. Beverly only scored 4 points in that second quarter there.
Just went ice cold from the floor.
Yeah, ice cold. They had a couple little slip ups. They got a little antsy sometimes when they had some fast breaks, and they just got a little antsy with the travel or just missing the easy layups. I expect them to clean them up though for this second half here, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll see what Seth Stanchel has drawn up to right the ship here for the Panthers. Still clinging to a 1-point lead now. What was a 13-point lead at one point. And they're off here to start this third quarter. Basically the entire starting team back on the floor right now for Saugus. That was Beaudry working to Bernard. The ball goes out of bounds, but Beverly will maintain possession here. Tia inbounding it. There's Moreland inside, trying to make a presence felt quickly, but she couldn't get that layup to fall. And a jump ball. And it'll go Beverly's way. There's our first jump ball, by the way, of the game. There's Moreland driving inside. The charge is called.
And that's
Stanchel's not happy with that call.
No, he's not. But I think he's not happy because that's her third foul now already. And we saw her sitting on the bench for most of the second quarter, and that's when Saugus came back into the game.
With 2 fouls and then to have a play like that. And Moreland is great, but I think that's kind of the freshman kind of mistake right there. Rearing its head. Nazaro takes an open look and gets it. There's another second real long shot. That's a 3, the first one of the game for Saugus, and they have their first lead of the game. And there's a foul on Alicia Salzilio. She can't believe it. But it looked like she got that hand in when trying to swat that ball away from Beaudry.
She did. She didn't need to. She had her kind of trapped there in the press and didn't need to do it.
Beaudry to Gotch to Haley. Thought about the long shot, but not going to do it. And a lazy pass there, and that's swatted away by Koskowski. Open look, not going to go in. Anderson grabs the rebound for Beverly.
I think Haley got a little gun shy. She's got to take that shot. That was an open look.
And she's, from what we've all seen, the best shooter on the team. That pass from Beaudry was well off target. Moreland's a tall, Gotch there was the intended target. Gotch is a tall target there, but not that tall. 6:44 to go. Saugus just took its first lead of the game with that outside shot that Nazaro hit, one of their captains. Right now keeping it on the outside. Another long shot, not going to go in. Good bouncing. It goes Saugus way. Nazaro working against Anderson, driving inside. Nice play, but a little long on the layup, and it wasn't going to go in. Approaching 6 minutes to go now. Panthers desperate to get something going on offense. Bernard to Gotch to Anderson. And a little reach-in foul there.
Yeah, again, Saugus had him trapped. They just...
That one on Nazaro.
The stop clock... again, Saugus had them stopped. They just didn't need to cause the foul. They had him trapped.
Moreland inside. Working against Stockwell there. It looked like Stockwell took a tumble, tried to get the foul, but that ref wasn't falling for it that time. We're knotted up at 19 now. Bodansky, she was working against Beaudry. Oh, what a save by Saugus to get another. Nazaro drives in. Rachel Nazaro, the offensive star so far of this quarter for Saugus. Beaudry goes all the way up the floor. Decent look, not going to go in. Bernard gets the putback. Alyssa Moreland, correction there with the putback. And there's a charge.
And as we can see, we can already see the difference Moreland's made on the court. She has 4 points and 2 rebounds already in this quarter.
Beaudry beats the press there and now slows it down to try and work the half-court offense. Bernard with the ball working against Nazaro. Nazaro gets help. Now it's Moreland on the outside. Haley shoots and gets it. Wasn't gun shy there on that one. 24-21, Panthers on top.
Ooh, that was a tough call, I thought there.
Moreland with the foul. That's tough.
That's Moreland's 4th foul.
She could be in some trouble here. Let's see if Stanchel is going to make a substitution here at some point.
It looks like he has.
It looks like he will.
That was a tough call.
That's Delaney Sprague. I know, I didn't see much on that.
I did not see much either.
Maybe we're just being homers. But I really didn't see much. And Moreland's going to have to check back out of the game.
That's tough. Again, she was leading the team in points and rebounds that quarter.
We've seen Sprague contribute off the bench a lot. She's played a lot of basketball in her time here. Yep. She's a senior.
She's the captain.
She is one of the captains of the squad, and this can be a big moment for her to step up. And like we said, we've seen her plenty of times off the bench contribute plenty of points. She's a quality piece in this Panthers attack. I think the team around Moreland being out has got to adjust more. Good ball movement, but Beaudry couldn't control it inside.
But you saw in that possession, Saugus had
that
4.
That foul was on Molly Granara for Saugus. So
you saw in that possession, Saugus had 4 people in the paint. The way Beverly's going to have to do it is to get those shots in like that.
Ill-advised shot, though.
It was. But
got a little lucky. That ball was stolen away, though. 26-21 our score now. The Panthers on top. Approaching 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Some good basketball in this third quarter. Pretty even. Panthers found their rhythm a bit. Moreland is off the floor again, though. Haley working against Nazaro. She thought she might have done something, put the hands up, but there was no call.
Beverly really has to try to get. They had some great passing at one point. They got to really try to get back to that, work some open looks.
Stock still inside, not going to go. She ends up on the floor, no call. Good help that came and collapsed in there, and Stock still had nowhere to go with that basketball. Tia from outside, just short. Oh, what a nice rebound by Sprague, but she couldn't get the next one to go. That's going to go out of bounds, and Beverly maintains possession. 3:21 to go, 26-21 our score. Now, how do you think the offense so far? It's only been 3 possessions, but they look like to have adjusted a lot better to Moreland being out than they did in that second quarter.
They did. The second possession was a little unfortunate, but no, they need to get the passing going. They need the outside jump shotting to go.
Haley working against Koskowski. What a nice move. Anderson driving inside, spearheading this Beverly attack.
And she's got it with Moreland off. She's the team leading in scoring right now. She's got to be the one to do it.
And that foul was called on Gotch for Beverly. That's their third team foul. Long shot, too strong. Looks like Stock still got the rebound, though. Nazaro driving inside, stops. Nice pass. Good look. It's not going to go. Bernard pulls the board down, though. Haley, stop, froze, put up another shot. Not that time, but she's feeling it now.
She is.
Not gun shy at all anymore.
Not after that first possession of the quarter there.
Stock still tried to push inside. It's not going to go, though. Ball bounces around a bit and eventually goes to Beaudry.
Delaney maybe hasn't been at the points Moreland has, but she already got 2 rebounds for this quarter. She really has stepped up on the glass there.
That's one of the big things that they're missing with that size. Beaudry inside. That was a great look. She was working against Bodansky there, and she beat her and then put up the little floater before that help could get there.
Yeah. A lot better.
The screen
better.
here, the screen that everyone's watching, Hope, says 28-21 Beverly. The one that we're looking at here says 30-21. I believe the one that we're looking at here is right. After that last little bucket, I didn't see any change.
But so far, Beverly's offense has been better. Moreland really, again, unfortunately, because of the 2 fouls, a little ticky. But the offense has been good. They've been getting Anderson has really, really stepped up for them. Been doing the scoring. Sprague's been controlling the glass for Beverly. They've really found a way to kind of survive without Moreland, which is what they didn't do in the second quarter.
Well, Stancho, I think Stancho might have either drawn something up or put something in some of them. Anderson maybe take more shots,
Maybe.
anticipating that maybe Moreland could find herself in this position again. And boy, did it ever happen early.
Again, I had questions about that 4th foul, but
I think Stancho would agree with you, too. I thought he was mad about the first one. He looked irate about the second one. Stock still inside. Turnaround, not going to go.
you guys see Saugus?
Nazaro came out of nowhere and got that rebound.
Saugus says Beverly needs to. Their defense has been good, but they got to clean up on those defensive rebounds. They're getting Saugus way too many second chances.
Salzilio did a great job of going inside there, and she gets the and one chance. Got the layup to fall, 30-23 our score. She's going to go to the line now.
The old-fashioned three-point play.
She's also one of the captains on this Saugus squad. She is a junior, one of the guards. Couldn't get the and one, though. Couldn't catch who that foul was on. Did you see?
It was on Marissa Stockman.
So Rosie inbounds it to Anderson, back to Rosie, and a travel. I think they got ahead of themselves again, by the way, there, trying to beat the press. Happened a lot more in that second quarter. We saw it rear its head there again. Nice. And a double dribble will give the Panthers the ball back. You know, 1:35 left. I think the way the Panthers kind of got a nice lead again, but Saugus got that chance, and then they could have made it a 5-point game again. That kind of could end up being big, but Beaudry has it go off her hands, and Saugus will get the ball right back.
Beverly just can't get it over half court right now.
You know, just as I say, that might be a big possession by not letting Saugus get a second chance. They get a second chance again. If that's not a jinx, I don't know what is. Stockwell working against Sprague. She eventually gives it off to Salzilio, who then gives it to Badansky. A turnaround shot. That's the real first long shot we've seen attempted by Stockwell tonight. And a foul there on Marissa Stockwell. She can't believe it.
6 fouls for Saugus now. They're
A lot of them seem very unnecessary too.
Yeah,
They're a lot away from the ball. There's been plenty of fouls from Saugus, but we haven't seen Beverly go to the line much. No.
Beverly, another poor offensive possession.
Just an ill-advised pass there. But a beautiful job of stepping in the passing lane. Just over a minute to go, 30-23 our score. Moreland not on the floor again for the Panthers, as we've mentioned. They've adjusted better, but it's still posing problems. Salzilio is working against Beaudry. She can't get anything to go.
The offensive problems the last few possessions, though,
For both teams.
Yes, but for Beverly, it hasn't been so much that they're not getting shots. They're not even getting across half court.
A lot of little stuff. Beaudry couldn't handle an inbounds pass. Gotch got a double triple. The pass too strong. Oh, missed the easy board. And the ball will go to Beverly, it seems.
That's a little surprising.
You saw the same thing as I did there, too.
I did.
Stockwell can't believe it over there.
Stockwell's not a player to hide her emotions, is she?
No, she cares. The rest of the Saugus bench stood up on that decision, too. It'd be hard to contain yourself on that one. I don't think anyone did. And that's Brooke in the game. She has it. Beaudry and a foul.
Looks like she kind of just slipped there. So, Saugus is
that
already...
one on Jillian Rucaparo.
Saugus is already in the boat, as Beverly's in the bonus now. She's great.
It's funny, all these fouls, this is the first time they're actually going to the line in this quarter.
Exactly. And this is great for us, because you got to wonder if it's going to take Saugus out of the press now.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
There you go.
And Beaudry gets the first one to fall. 31-23 our score now. 31 seconds to go in this third quarter. She gets them both. That's good to see. And with them in the bonus now, especially near the end of games, this game's tight. We know how big free throw shooting is. Gotch got pushed into her defender there. I was trying to set a pick and just didn't stop her feet in time and ended up pushing Gotch right in.
I thought Beverly was in the bonus.
I did too. Yeah, I think that was an error by the ref there. Beverly is supposed to be in the bonus. Clearly, because the last foul didn't happen in the act of shooting, and yet Beaudry went to the line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not.
Refs missed one.
Yeah. Always good. Always to have two people even confirm to me. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, 32-23 our score. 18 seconds left to go.
So good for Beverly. Saugus is really starting to get kind of sloppy there. The last foul we saw was an offensive foul on a pick. That was, looked like they were trying to play football there.
Really just a lot of just kind of head-scratching fouls that we've seen.
So, a lot of it's the press. They're being aggressive. And again, earlier in the quarter, it was they had them trapped. They didn't have to do anything. And reaching in, trying to get the ball and causing fouls.
I'd like to say, too, and it's not even fouls. I mean, we saw that last one was on offense, but most of them have been on defense for Saugus. They still only have 23, despite that little spurt where Beverly couldn't get the ball across half court.
Right.
So Saugus got about 4 extra possessions.
Right.
And the Beverly D, without Moreland too, continued to step up and off the.
And they've kept them off the score, but they still have given up quite a few offensive rebounds, and they have given them second possessions. Luckily, Saugus is not taking advantage of them. And again, it's a little funny too. Saugus really is trying to get more in the paint. They're really still not trying to do that open shooting, the outside shooting that they've started off with.
No one's really been hot, though, from the outside. Bernard inbounds that one to Brooke. 15 seconds to go. Let's see what the Panthers pull out here. That pass was tipped, but she didn't get enough of it. Sprague to Beaudry. Beaudry stops and throws up a floater. Not going to go. Nice stop and shoot. Pass is too high and strong. Wouldn't have mattered anywhere as the clock, expires. 32-23 our score here at the end of the third quarter. Panthers really righted the ship there after what we saw a disastrous second quarter.
No, yeah, Beverly got 15 points in that quarter, matched pretty much what they got the entire first half. So offensively, it was great, and it was well-rounded too. Beaudry had 4 points. Haley had 5 points. Moreland had 4 points, 4 early points because of the 2 fouls, and just good rebounding too. So Beverly's just showing you how they can beat you so differently. It's not just Moreland. They did a much better job in that third quarter adjusting to her. Haley was able to get the outside shots. That was great. Defense, they do have a few things to clean up. They did keep them off the scoreboard, but they have given up a lot of offensive rebounds. They do kind of have to clean that up. And we did see that stretch where Beverly just couldn't even get the ball over half court.
Well, despite those troubles, they, as you said, 15 points. I scored them 15-7 in that third quarter. Without Moreland, you got to feel real good about that.
You do.
You got to think, you think maybe in your mind, we've been the better team for most of the game. We just had a disastrous second quarter.
They did.
I think that's kind of the message here in this fourth quarter.
And
we're the better team, finish the job.
And I'm kind of interested to see how Beverly does. They are in the bonus for this entire quarter, if the refs don't want to give it to them. But you see if Beverly kind of just attacks more in the paint, see if they can get some more of those fouls and get to the line.
That's Salzilio working with the ball on the outside. She's working against Bernard. Inside, turnaround that forced.
Turnaround was a nice move. He just was too strong in the shot.
Bernard just a little bit too much on that shot. A little too aggressive down there. That was Beaudry with the ball. Gave it to Bernard. Now Brooke swings it all the way across. Tia from the outside, too strong, but it goes right to Brooke.
Oh, nice move, just doesn't go in.
And it goes off Sprague again. And it will be Saugus ball. Great movement without the ball. Just couldn't finish.
No, Sprague had a great little move on the inside there. Cut inside the lane. Just like I said, couldn't finish it.
That was Koskowski with an outside shot, but it wasn't going to fall. Now down 9 with about 7 minutes to go. You think the outside shooting is going to come more into play. Double dribble there, for travel there by Bernard. Will give possession back to Saugus. The long three. And a travel call on Anderson there, and Saugus will get the ball back again. Third chance.
Yep.
You need to hit more of these outside shots if you're down, but I think they might be panicking a little bit.
A little bit.
A little too early to throw up some of these long prayers. Yeah. That was a nice try right there, and a nice drive inside. But the defense came and helped, and she had to settle for what was a highly contested layup from kind of far out. Beaudry. Long shot for Brooks, not going to go. Salzilio stops and put out the shot. Nice She's been the star offensively for Saugus in this second half. She knocked down a big three. Nice little stop and shoot there. The Saugus offense needed that. Anderson working inside, but there was nothing there. Beaudry stops, shoots. Nice drive.
Yeah, Beverly just continues to keep spreading the wealth around, distributing the points.
Beaudry and Anderson seems like they've done most of the offensive attack here in the second half.
And Moreland's coming back in.
Yeah, Moreland checks in the game, replacing Brooke Bakey.
Could be just to see maybe see what we can get at her before, if hopefully she doesn't get the other foul, but.
They're going with the Koskowski inside working against Anderson. I didn't think that was going to go. Highly contested, but it went in. Beverly going with the bigger lineup here as both Sprague and Moreland are in the game. Anderson thought about a long shot, but decided better of it and gives it to Beaudry, who gives it back to Anderson, drives inside. Stockwell came up with the help. I didn't think it'd go in. Anderson has the touch.
Anderson has definitely been the offensive star for Beverly.
36-27 our score, approaching the 5-minute mark in this game. Zone coverage for Saugus. Boy, that's too aggressive. You can't
try to run through the person.
There's been about 3 or 4 of those we've seen. Frustration might be setting in a bit of.
I'm wondering if Seth's plan here for maybe this game is getting Moreland in, as you see her at the line now, trying to feed the ball inside to the bigs like you were saying, and see if you can get some of those fouls and get in the line and get some easy points.
Absolutely. Moreland gets her first to go this time. Beverly opens up a 10-point lead. This is their largest lead.
Largest lead
since the first quarter.
Yeah.
That time too strong. They get the rebound, though. Bernard to Beaudry to Anderson. Back to Beaudry. And another foul. That was on Salzilio.
She's caused a few fouls the last few possessions there.
Her and Stockwell.
Yeah, their motions are starting to kind of get the best of them.
You're getting desperate for get as many possessions as you can get. You're getting desperate for stops. You're getting desperate for steals.
I think they're just frustrated because they've been getting the steals, they've been getting the possessions, but they haven't capitalized on them. Credit Beverly's defense on that, but
we've seen a lot more diversity with the Beverly attack, but I'd say that still the calling card of this team is their defense.
It is.
And that's Beaudry at the line. Too strong on her first.
With Beverly's defense, this game versus the Winthrop game, I've noticed too, is
they're in a double bonus, by the way, for everyone viewing at home, if they haven't been able to tell from the flow.
Beverly's defense this time around too, I've noticed too, is they're not getting as many hands on the passes. They're getting
timeout called by Saugus. They want to talk this one over. Beverly opened up an 11-point lead, 4:37 to go in this game.
Beverly's defense has been better, but I don't know if it's been as active. We saw in the Winthrop game, they got hands on passes, tip passes going out of bounds, blocking the shots. We haven't seen quite that intensity on this side, but this game, we don't know, maybe it's just a better opponent with Saugus.
I think it's also, if you miss those, then you give open looks. I think they might not have been as worried about that with Winthrop, whereas they have been able to function on offense.
But we'll see. We'll see what Beverly tries to do here. Like I said, I feel like the offense, like you said, they have the bigs in. I think they're going to try to really force feed them inside, get those fouls, try to get the easy points at the line.
Just put this one out of reach,
right.
Basically.
And also, like we said, they've been having trouble on the defensive glass, giving up those offensive rebounds. maybe to try to help counteract that a little bit.
Yeah, you put both bigs in.
Exactly.
You might be right in that huddle with Stanchel.
What?
I said, sounds like you're right in the huddle with Stanchel. I didn't even think of that. I was wondering why they might be going with the bigger lineup, too. I didn't even think of the fact that, Saugus has gotten so many second and third chances. They just haven't made them count. But you don't want to keep giving them to them.
Right. That's why you're doing play-by-play and I'm doing color.
Way to toot your own horn there, Dan.
I mean, see, look at that. Look at that possession there.
Yeah, I know they couldn't get the board. Beaudry inside to Sprague.
Ooh.
Open look, and it's not going to go. Bernard inside. Had that swatted away, that second chance.
Moreland with 8 rebounds so far in this game and limited playing time, too. It's impressive.
It is impressive.
Essentially, she's missing a quarter or a half almost.
Moreland and a foul.
I think Saugus, the frustration's really starting to set in.
That wasn't quite as bad as some of the others we've seen.
No, it wasn't.
She was trying to contest a shot. That was Kylie Ronan.
She's giving
who
up.
Got called
she's
for the
giving
foul.
up almost half a foot to Moreland. It's not fair.
Yeah, that was a tough ask. But when you play that zone, you never know when or where people are going to come in from. Moreland too strong with her first attempt. Just under the 4-minute mark, 38-27. Our score, the Panthers out in front.
Fortunately, she missed both of those.
Lazaro was allowed to go all the way up the floor and get an easy bucket.
Too easy. Just too easy.
Far too easy. And those two, Salzilio and Nazaro, have been, from what I've seen, spearheaded the Saugus offensive attack. Especially Salzilio has come on a lot more in the second half.
Yeah. And there you can clearly tell Seth is upset by that last possession. Saugus.
So timeout called by Saugus there just after.
Saugus is down to 1 timeout for the rest of this game too, so we'll see how they manage it, especially if it gets tight. That could come back to bite them. But we'll see. Beverly, other than that possession, the defense has been solid with Sprague and Moreland 10. They know the outside shots are not falling for Saugus, so not that you don't have to worry about it, but it definitely does,
helps things.
Helps things, because, Saugus might try to force it, mid bad shots. You need those defensive rebounds.
So we're ready to get this action started again. Beaudry inbounds the pass. And that goes to Bernard, who dribbles out of trouble. Gives it to Moreland, who gives it to Sprague. Great ball movement there. 40-29 our score now.
How great is it to see the two big balls? First one's down the court.
The senior and the freshman working in tandem there to get that last bucket for the Panthers. And we saw Moreland draw both Saugus defenders, by the way, on that. And that was just an easy look. And just pretty basketball. So another foul there, and that'll bring Moreland to the line. As we mentioned before, Beverly is in the double bonus. And she gets her first to fall. 12 fouls for Saugus.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is.
And like we've mentioned before, until the bonus, none of them were at the line.
Nope.
So many just really uncalled for reach-ins and pushes and setting up picks. Saugus has advantage on numbers here. Nazaro working by herself,
block.
though. And a great block. And a jump ball. Believe should go Saugus's way.
No, they're giving it to Beverly.
Went to Beverly. Not going to blame the refs on that one. I'm sure I probably miscounted. It's been a while since we've seen a jump ball, so. Saugus continuing the double team, trying to force mistakes.
Oh.
That ball goes out of bounds. Good no call there. I think she just kind of lost control a bit.
She did. Defender, Moreland didn't want to take the charge, tried to go around her. There just wasn't enough room to do it.
Let's see if Saugus tries to work some outside shooting now. And that was just a nice possession there by Bodansky. Thought about an outside shot twice, worked tirelessly on the dribble against her man, and eventually got the bucket and a chance to get the and one. She can push this lead to below double digits here with this shot. But she couldn't get it. Moreland grabs the rebound. 2.5 minutes to go in this game. The Beverly lead still at double digits. Beaudry inside to Moreland. Stops, puts up a layup, gets her own rebound.
Oh, she loses it though.
But she loses it. You'd think the Panthers might want to take a little more time on their offensive possessions than
They do.
And the drive inside forces the foul.
So now I believe Saugus is in the bonus as well now. Not where Beverly really wants to be. The last thing they want to do is to give Saugus free points when the clock's not moving.
Yeah, that was not what Stanchel wanted to see that last 40 seconds between the rather quick possession. That's Nazaro, Rachel Nazaro at the line. She couldn't get the first to fall.
But you're right. Beverly really needs to just take their time. The clock's their friend right now. They just
You know, when you've seen the press and the pressure as much as they have over the past 2 games at least that we saw, it's probably hard to slow things down.
They are. But once you get the ball over half court, Saugus is dropping back into their
no, ill-advised pass, and it's stolen away by Saugus. Still over 2 minutes to go, and they're going to get another possession here. Sort of big, though, that Nazaro wasn't able to get both those free throws. That's Bodansky working inside, persistent again, but this time it doesn't work out as she travels. And Beverly calls a timeout. Stanchel wants to talk about things. As what we saw, like we said, sort of an unproductive last about 40 seconds
It was very
on both sides of the ball.
Moreland got a good shot. She got a rebound, but then she lost the ball there. And from there, it was just tough. They had the foul there. They gave up the easy
Put them in the bonus.
Put them in the bonus, the free throws. Then just didn't even have a possession. Just threw it right away. So we'll see what they can do.
Saugus hanging around here, just over 2 minutes to go, 10 points the lead.
And Beverly's been very fortunate. Saugus just not hitting the free throws.
And Nazaro had a chance to shrink that lead substantially down to 8. Still plenty of time in this game, though.
There is.
They can get the outside shot working a bit.
We'll see. I like seeing how Moreland's been in there. She's been productive. Since she's been back, she's had 4 rebounds. She's doing it without causing the foul out in the game.
Beverly ready back on the floor. Schrunder.
It looks like Seth has gone back with the big lineup there with Sprague and Moreland as well. Again, I expect Beverly to take their time.
Long pass.
Take their time. There's no rush.
And you see Beaudry right now slowing things down.
Yep.
The senior knows.
Take your time. The clock is your friend.
Anderson drives inside, gives it up to Tia. Tia takes an outside shot and gets it to fall. That's a big bucket for the Panthers. It's 43-31 now. Took plenty of time and got the bucket. Now we're under a minute and a half. Now it's starting to be desperation time
kind of
for
surprised
Saugus.
Saugus didn't start fouling there too.
Yeah, you'd think that should be coming soon. Boy, not a good look there.
No. Now again, make sure you get the clean inbound. Expect Saugus to foul. Or not.
No, they're not going to foul.
Or are they trying to and they're just not succeeding?
They're moving the ball around quickly, that's for sure.
Um,
And Beaudry slows it down. I don't think they're going to. Now they'll foul.
Yep. Too long to foul.
They let a good 15 seconds run off the clock
Yeah.
before they committed to that foul. As we've mentioned, Beverly is in the double bonus, though. That'll bring Beaudry to the line.
Beaudry
She seems to be going to the line again and again for Beverly.
She does.
Couldn't get the first one to fall.
Yeah, she's been one of the good offensive performers for the game for the Panthers tonight. She's got 10 points. Make that 11.
44-31, Nazaro with the ball for Saugus, pushing inside. Now outside, a long three is not going to go. Beaudry pulls it down and gets fouled, so she will go to the line again.
A little surprised there by Beverly's defense. They had everyone kind of in the middle of the lane. I'm expecting them on the outside, the three-point line. Almost just give up the inside 2 points.
They're not respecting the outside shot. Not at all.
All the more reason. You do that, let them try to give them the 2 points. I don't know, but
Can't get the first one to fall. You know, when we talked about the Winthrop game, we talked about, you know, they looked better, growth, maturity, all the things that you would expect. But at the same time, they were more athletic, and Moreland was new on the team and made a big difference. I think tonight that we have seen sort of the full sort of growth, maturity, and diversity in the offensive attack for Beverly now, because they haven't had Moreland to rely on this whole game. And you've seen Haley shoot the outside shot, Haley Anderson, shoot the outside shot and drive in and put up the floaters and do the layups. Beaudry looks more confident shooting the ball too. Bernard's hit some as well. I think you've seen sort of the full growth.
right. In the second quarter, I mean, Beverly's outplayed them in 3 of the 4 quarters. The second quarter, in which they didn't outplay them,
That's Beaudry at the line again.
It was almost like they were like, Moreland's not here. What do we do? And, you know, you saw the incredible stat line she had against Swampscott, and it's easy to get kind of starstruck. They were able to do that because don't forget, Moreland wasn't on the floor for the third quarter either, and they were still able to manufacture offense. Sprague stepped up on the glass. Said Anderson stepped up on the scoring, and so it was just a good team effort on that end.
And like I said, from all levels that I've seen the scoring too, we knew last year that Anderson could shoot the three, but I'm seeing Anderson drive inside and put up floaters. I'm seeing Anderson bait defenders into doing things that she wants them to do.
And this is great to see. You're up 14 and you're still seeing diving for the balls on the ground. Diving on the ground for balls.
They are determined to really finish this one out.
They are. And incredible. Saugus had, 65 points in that last game? They've held them to 31 so far.
Yeah. The overall calling card, I'm still saying to this Panthers team right now, is their defense.
It is their defense.
We've seen the offense be great.
Yep.
That's Anderson shooting.
We did see Saugus miss a couple. Oh, is there a technical? Or?
Yeah, we were talking too much. Anderson got the second to fall, though. 46-31. Yeah, it must have been a technical foul.
Anderson with 17 points led the way offensively for Beverly. And it looks like Moreland's going to be out of the game. Not that it matters at this point, but you would like to have seen her not for that to happen. A little surprised Seth still had her out at this point in the game, but
I think things kind of really went south quickly for Saugus. It was a game for quite a bit.
Right. Well, we really saw Beverly had that little bit of a lead early in the fourth quarter. Seth brought Moreland back in and Sprague, and
took away the second chances.
Yeah, suddenly Saugus didn't get any second chances. And
This game just about to finish up. That was Stockwell taking a long three, and it's not going to fall. And that's going to wrap this one up. The Panthers get by what we called really their first real test in Saugus. And it ends up being quite handily, if you look at the scoreboard, 46-31, able to overcome what was a dreadful second quarter where just about everything went wrong. And everyone tonight, give us some points here. Give us some stats. Who are the stars of this game tonight, Dan?
Like I said, Anderson was really the offensive leader. She had 17 points. Moreland still had, even with her limited playing time, she still had managed to come down with 10 rebounds, as well as
there's Anderson on the
points.
screen right there that you see, 17 points tonight.
Sprague off the bench with 4 rebounds. Good to see the captain produce off the bench. Beaudry had 12 points on her own as well. So it was a very good game all around. They were really able to spread around offensively. People stepped up when Moreland was out, which again was kind of when Moreland went down for the second quarter. That's
like we talked about. Like I said, this is where we saw the full growth, maturity, and diversity offensive attack.
And it wasn't so much the offense; it was the defense too. Saugus was able to drive in. They were able to get those layups. They were able to get kind of those floaters going.
All right. Well, like we said, full-on attack tonight from the Beverly. Everyone on the floor contributed. It was great to see. And overcoming some adversity in the second quarter. And they get by their first big test, 46-31 over Saugus. And it'll be quite a while, I think, before we're back here. But it will be, not till January will we get to broadcast another game here. But that's a nice way to take this long break. And it looks like it's going to be a good season for the Panthers this year.
3-0. No better way to start it.
Yeah. Well, I'm Dominic Lorenzano with Dan Lorenzano signing off. Have a good night, everyone.
And happy holidays.